Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Good Morning Soapstone with your hosts, Lolly D and Bart. Yay!
Hello,
Hello!
everybody.
Good morning, Soapstone.
Good
Good morning,
morning!
Lolly.
Hey, Bart. What's up, buddy?
It's great, and it's such a good weather outside. Have you been to the mountain yet today? It's really sunny.
Oh, out there. Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
tepid, like usual. Almost like you were inside. It's just so,
yeah.
controlled. So nice, right?
Doesn't matter what time a day. It's
It
always
doesn't.
sunny in Hanalei Bay, right?
Right? It's always wonderful weather in Honolulu Bay. You are
Yeah.
right about that, which is awesome, right? So doesn't matter what's going on outside there, but in where I'm at, the weather's oh my goodness, we're getting an egg assault. Where I'm at, the weather is pretty nice right now. We're in that pre-fall, so it's like 70s, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice outside.
Right, so 70s is short of boiling an egg in Europe.
Is
Because we
it?
use Celsius. So I'm assuming it's like 20. Is it like warm water, hot, or
No,
I'm trying to figure
no, I would say it's just real comfortable because I live in
Okay.
California, so it's not humid or anything. It's just perfect, like mid 70s. It's perfect.
You live in California. You know,
Yes.
there's going to be a great event in California next week, I think.
Really?
heard of
There's
it.
great events in California every day.
I
but which-
know, but one that's closer to home.
Oh yeah, what is that, Bart?
I mean, I think it's the north part of California, and people are going to it.
People from
are gonna be
Horizon Worlds.
connecting in it. Do you
People are
get it?
connecting. Oh, so you might be talking about MetaConnect. Is that
Yeah.
what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So everybody knows we got MetaConnect next week, right? Wednesday and Thursday. It's gonna
And
be
everybody
great.
gets to experience it in VR, right?
They do. And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, if you didn't go before in the previous years, it's pretty fun in virtual reality. You get together with your friends, you go together. Mike over here is wearing one of the outfits we had from last year. I was wearing that yesterday. But you go in, and I don't know if they're going to win outfits and stuff this year, but we could win those last year. We got all kinds of fun little goodies, little
Yeah,
games and everything.
I'm sure they have something special.
Yeah,
ready for people.
yeah, and
It's
then
gonna
you
be
got a
great.
front row seat to Mark Zuckerberg's keynote, which is really cool. They shows you the new technology. Last year we had just gotten legs, so we talked about that, and then he was talking about the Ray-Bans and the Quest 3 and all that stuff. So I don't know what's going to be new for this year. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But that's where you find out. If you're one of the lucky ones who are actually attending in person, well, then you already know everything that's going on over there in your early access. I'm not one of those people, Bart. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, Lolly. I mean, good luck to people going to California. It's so hot. I couldn't take
No,
it.
it's not. It's wonderful. And up there, it's even better. I think it's like low 70s right now. So it's going to be kind of
Okay.
cool up there. Yeah, it'll be nice.
That's all right.
So that's going on. And so that's probably, I mean, I'm just speculating here, probably why we're seeing a lot of stuff going on right now, because usually this is my third MetaConnect. Usually I think they try to get some things tightened up right before. So I think
Yep.
you're seeing that struggle going on. Anybody seen the new avatars? If you guys have access, or have you seen any of them? I don't know how come I can see them sometimes and sometimes I can't. I have no idea, but I can. What does everybody think about them? Papa, I see you shake. What do you think? Do you like them? The new
like 'em,
ones?
yeah.
You like them?
Yeah.
So are they like in Banter where you kind of get your face scanned and it comes up with an avatar, or are they just tweaking the ones we have?
I'm not really sure. Like they're gonna look different for sure. I
Yeah.
don't know Banter though, so I don't.
Yeah.
like,
Well,
really
in
compare those.
Banter, you walked in and you could like scan your face and it makes this avatar for you, which is
So,
kind
fun
of cool.
fact.
Oh, that is
Anybody can see the new avatars. Just start your Oculus and don't go into Horizon World. Just stay in that first world, whatever it is for you, and go and look in the mirror. That's the new avatars. They're
Yeah.
already there. So you can all enjoy them. They might be coming soon to Horizon Worlds. I'm not sure.
Well,
Okay,
I'm kind of
so taking
thinking,
the
and
time
I
away.
wouldn't know. I'm only speculating. I would think they
Yeah.
try to get that wrapped up before next week. So
Well,
maybe.
I mean, I think that wouldn't be a bad guess, to be perfectly honest. But we don't know.
No, we don't know. We're speculating.
We're not
So
speculating.
let's talk about stuff we do know. I know
Yeah.
this. Kimberly Ann is in charge of our juniors.
Our
and-
junior experience lead.
Right? Yeah. So Kimberly Ann has good news. I wish she was here, but she's at work. She's got good news on two fronts. She has made a program for the juniors, a junior producer program, which
Mm-hmm.
we all think, I think you'll agree, will probably make the juniors grow into those roles.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them were given that title based on their, their dedication to the Soapstone, being good examples as leaders. So some of them already have them, and it's already inspiring others to earn them because kids love a badge. I mean, we love badges, but the kids definitely do.
What does
So
mine say?
I don't want to. Don't should I tell them what it says?
It's a communications person.
Oh, it doesn't say co-host, does it?
No, it doesn't say co-host.
What does it say?
Don't tell them. Anyway, so anyway, oh look at it, we just can't stand
There
it.
you go. Thank you.
Anyway, so you're gonna see kids wearing these tags. If you wouldn't mind, encourage them. Say, hey, I noticed you're a junior producer. Congratulations. Just anything to be encouraging to the kids. So that's happening. Also, Kimberly is in charge of our soap store, which is why we have such a great variety of clothing. You might notice like tons of new stuff is coming out all the time. And she told us yesterday, and think this is pretty cool. Next month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month and also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. But in the spirit of the breast cancer awareness, Kimberly has added pink to a lot of the clothing, and there may even be some new clothing. I'm not sure. So starting in October, you'll be able to order something from the soap store with the breast cancer awareness, either logo or pink coloring. I'm not really sure exactly what. So yay, that's cool.
And on top of that, Unemployed Alcoholic is going to be donating money, probably a lot more than is going to be generated in proceeds to charity. I'm not quite sure which one.
Yeah, he said the name yesterday. I don't know,
remember.
but it's something to do with that. Yeah. So all cool stuff. So that's good. Also, if you don't know, we have 2 new shows we added. Bart, we have they're not on the schedule yet, but they're in the pre-schedule mode, which takes a couple of months before stuff can get into our final schedule. And one is Saturday and one is Sunday. So the Saturday show is at, and I always get these 2 mixed up, I think that's the 3 p.m. one Eastern, and that is with Echo Phase, and it is Survey Says, which is kind of a take on Family Feud. I can tell you for the last 2 weeks, it's been packed. Everybody's having a great time. So I think people might be happy finding something to do on Saturday afternoon. Plus, if you're in the UK or Spain or wherever you might be, this isn't really too late for you. If it's 3 in the afternoon, it's 8 or 9 p.m. For our Eastern friends. And
it's great. It's
our European friends.
Yeah, it's a new format, and I think people are really enjoying it.
They really are.
I believe it's Echo Face and Crazy Loca.
Yes, I believe Crazy Loca
co-hosts also a different show, the Tuesday Trivia Night.
She does, yeah. So those 2 are good with that. Now on Sunday, we added another improv show. Everybody loves improv. You guys like improv? Seems like that's the one everybody's been asking for. So we added a second one at 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And I'll tell you what, that place, I came in on Sunday and it was crazy. Everybody was laughing, having such a good time. I think people are ready for something to do on the weekends during the day. So that's where we are. And also, like I said, our European friends gives them some early evening stuff that they can attend too. So all good stuff going on. What's going on?
Also, we have our daytime experience lead encouraging people into this. Have you met her? Do you know who our daytime experience
that
lead is?
Wonderful lady? I have. She is amazing.
Isn't her name Molly
and
something?
she's always so helpful, but unfortunately she's been very busy getting ready for the show today. Her Good Morning Substance show, so she hasn't. No, I'm kidding. So tell us, you have a lot of people joining in and helping during your time slot.
Oh, you know what? I'm so lucky.
Do you have any people that stand out, or can you tell us about some great things that people are doing?
I can tell you the really good thing was a year ago, I felt awful. And I'm not blaming anybody. It's just the nature of things. People work in America, right? It's American app, America, and people work during American daytime. And most of the people on our team were in the evening time, and that's great. So lots of great shows being produced and everything. But during the day, I do, and I still do have a really great crew that helps with all these shows. But unfortunately, the pressure on this small group was great. because we didn't have the numbers, right? So I'm so grateful and thankful to Hajasco and Tim, and if I forget anybody, and Mike, and a lot of people that have been here since the very beginning, helping me out, right? But lately things are sort of changing around. Our Discord, what, double, triple, quadruple? I'm not even sure what
So
that.
actually, fun fact: if you go year on year, we ended the year with 78 people on our Discord, and now we're just shy of 800. So
Okay.
it's a
Okay. So,
1000% growth.
and
yeah.
that's all happened in the last couple of months, which has been wonderful. A lot of it has to do with all of the new things we've added, which for sure made a difference. Plus the fact that we made all our shows 18 plus. I think that really helped. Really
Yeah.
helped. But now, my team has grown so much. I mean, Flawless has joined us. Chewy has joined us. Shelly has joined us. I mean, so many people have all started helping out during the day, which takes a little pressure off of some of the other people and kind of allows us to sort of have fun sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Not that working these shows isn't fun, but sometimes maybe you don't want to worry about moderating. You just want to watch and have fun. So thank all of you guys that have stepped in and really been helping lately.
Flawless
We
and everybody.
appreciate it.
And you have,
Yes.
but I hate to tell you, Lolly, but you have a bit of a stalker. There's this guy called Ricky D. I don't know if you know him. He's in.
I know. I don't know who he is. Who is that guy?
I don't know.
He copied my name.
I thought you knew him.
No, I don't know.
Okay, don't look at him.
I can hear you.
What?
What?
Oh, actually, that is my husband. And he does pop into Horizon Worlds to watch my shows. So thanks for being here, Ricky. Other
Does
than
he
that,
pop in as often as Papa Hopper, though?
no. Papa Hoppa pops in much more into Horizon Worlds. Ricky's more of a laser tag kind of guy. But anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But if you play laser tag, look for him. And just know he's going to throw a grenade at you. Just saying. Anyway,
He's that guy.
hey, I'm excited for today. We always talk about community stuff, and I love people that reach out to the community, and we have so many of those people. We're so lucky. In Horizon Worlds, I meet every day people that not just come in here to make it as good as they can by building or just being the happy-go-lucky, positive people they are, but people who go above and beyond that and do things to help the community. So many builders that you and I both know that come in, and not only do they build amazing things, they did all the hard work of learning how to do everything, but then they share what they knew. And that's so great that they do that, and they give things away. I talked about, Evil Smirk building that whole asset world. He's one of many people that do that, but they build the asset worlds and they say, "Come get them, guys. We built them. Now come get them, and we'll even show you how to use them." Great people in here. And our next guest is one of these people, right? And he's got some things to share with us. So welcome to the stage, everybody. Papa Hoppa, everybody. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
you. See, you're already getting love. Look at you. You're all glowy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're good today. Listen, if you don't know Papa Hoppa, he runs a little establishment called Bunkies. You guys probably know Bunkies, right? Which is a really fun place. Lots of cool games going on in there, right?
Yeah.
I go in there a lot, and I noticed, got 3 people at this game, 2 people at this game. It feels like a real place. Like you walk in and you could just kind of like blend in with everybody and go talk to them or go talk to them. So kudos to you for creating that fun environment that everybody's enjoying. But there's more than that. So tell us about Bunkies. Start there.
Yeah, so Bunkies is, virtual bar. But these days we've been focusing more on like the games and the social aspect. It's a great like hangout spot to come in and meet new people. We get like a lot of new people, daily. So it's a great place to hang out, meet new people, and play fun games. And I also run tournaments and competitions and things like that. So it's a fun place to do that as well.
Now, tell me, let's talk real for a second. Now, I know you. How long ago did you build Bunkies? It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's coming up on 3 years. January will be 3 years.
Now, has Bunkies, since the minute you built it, has it been a super popular place all the way through the last 3 years?
No. So like when I first started out, like, just like every other world, you kind of do the grind to get people to come in and see it. And then it did take off like within the first couple months. And then it did just kind of like skyrocket, from there. But it's had its ups and downs over the years. And, being the world creator, you got to figure out ways to like, what is it that the community wants, right? Like it's
Mhm.
not really what I want in the world. It's like what do people want to do in the world, So but yeah, it's had its ups and downs. Right now it's doing pretty well.
So what
Yeah.
do you when you looked around and said, you know what, I gotta do something. I gotta listen to my community. What would you say to a builder who's had this kind of thing where they built this great world? Because we know I mean, there are great worlds sitting out there empty right now,
Yeah.
tons of them.
Tons of them.
What
yeah.
would your recommendation be to a builder who says, what do I do to get people here?
Well, so it starts with like your passion, right? Like, so if you have passion for it and you have a vision for it and you can see it, don't give up, right? Just keep at it. There's a lot of times where you're going to have to like grind out where there might not be anybody in your world, but like if the longer that you spend and then bring in friends, sometimes it might just be you and your friend in there for, a week or something. But eventually the longer time you spend in there, the more time you put into it, the more it will be seen,
Because when you're in there, I would assume that's when you're striking up conversations with people, right?
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
they might be sharing with you some insights, either purposely or not purposely, about what is missing here, or what would they like to see here, right?
Right.
And I'm assuming the answer was games.
Yeah, the gaming aspect, like when I first started on the platform, gaming wasn't really like a big thing. It was more so just like the social interactions. So I think being, a virtual bar, right, was like the
Yes.
social spot, right? So it's like we had the bar, people would come in to pretend to be bartenders, and so it was a lot of like role playing like early on, whereas like the games were kind of just like an add-on to the world.
Mhm.
But then, the platform also has changed over the years, and a lot more like scripting became, way more advanced than what it was 3 years ago. So, gaming and interactions like that, and then the competitiveness with like leaderboards, and then once I started putting leaderboards in there, that gaming kind of took off.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've got a lot of different games in there. I noticed
Yeah.
a long time ago you had different games, but when I walked in this time, I can see you've added more and expanded things a little bit. And you get that vibe. Like I said, different people in different groups
Yeah,
playing different games.
absolutely. Yeah.
Would you say, I mean, I think this, I don't know about you guys. I'd like to hear your opinions, but when you say it's changed, the platform has changed too, but I would say
Yeah.
the crowds that come here have
Mhm.
changed. Not the people. I mean, some of the same people are here, but it seems like the mindset of the crowd and what they do here is
Yeah.
different. Little
For
madam,
sure.
do you agree with me? Because you've been here forever. Do you think what people like to do in here has changed? Like in the group that you hang out with? Could hop up here for a second. Little.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah, no, you're absolutely
Thanks.
right.
I
And
appreciate
and talk about Gatsby's for just a second. We all know Gatsby's real popular, right? And I go in there all
Yeah.
the time and I'm always wondering why? What about why? What? And not that you're looking for something wrong there, just what does this have that other places don't, that all these people congregate here? One of the things I noticed that I thought was kind of interesting is, at least when I'm in there, no one's ever in the bar. They have
Yeah.
a bar, but no one's ever in there. They're always at the fire pit. They like the fire pit. That seems to be the hangout place. So, do you think it's I really did want conversation? Because we used to think nobody wants conversation here. Do you think that's what people are looking for too? Games and good conversation now?
I do. I think Gatsby's early on, right? I think having a structure for that type of world, right, was important for them at first, right? Like they had, if you looked early days of Gatsby's, they had events
Thanks,
every
little
single
madam.
night.
Thank you.
Thanks, little
Yeah.
You know what I
madam.
mean? Like they had events every single night. So it was, you're catering to your community by saying, hey, we have this tonight, this tomorrow night, this Wednesday night, this Thursday night, so there was a structure in there, and it was, we're going to provide you music from this time to this time, so it was like, I think that whole structure part was like a big part of like the initial, oh, hey, I know I can go do karaoke over at this spot at 9 p.m. at
Mhm.
Eastern Standard Time at this time. And then I think nowadays it's more so like people want to interact with other people, right? So when they see, oh, there's 30 people, oh, there's 40 people, oh, there's 100 people in this world. Well, what is going on over there? Let me go in. And
Right.
then, like you said, so right now, the environment over there is more so like social and the hangout, right? But early days that might not have been like that, right? So like you said, the community always changes and the groups of people come in. Like there might be a time where like big gamers come in and they all just gravitate towards the games, but then and there's nobody at the fire pit, but maybe 4 months later now everybody's at the fire pit and nobody's at the games, nobody's at the bar, nobody's at the dance club, right? Like
Right.
because that's just
Yeah.
the community that just so happens to be in that world at that time,
So
Right.
coming back towards coming back to your world, your
Yeah.
games do change and do evolve. Now, is that
Yeah.
how do you get feedback? How do you collect information to know what people want? Is it something that just
Well,
comes to you, or is it an ongoing process?
no, I have to listen to the community, right? And
Mhm.
so but that's also tough because I'm only seeing a small portion of that community throughout the day,
Mhm.
right? So I got to give it up for my mods. Like today, like Carly and Harriet, they're actually moderators, and so they're from the UK, so their time frame is totally different from my time frame. So
Yes.
when they started coming in and before they were even moderators, it's like the whole community over there, I never was in during the morning time because that's morning time for me, but that's nighttime
Mhm.
for them. So it's good to also have, people on your team to say, hey, during this time that we're in here, this is what's popular. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
This is what most people are doing, so, and then it does get tougher because like, maybe the crowd that I hang out with plays more beer pong, but the UK crowd might do more darts or something like that. So and then you just listen. Like for me, I listen to everything and then try my best to, I mean, you can't cater to every single person, but you try to like do what you think is best for, okay, well, let me make little changes here and there, or try a new
Mhm.
game, take out an old game type thing.
Yeah, all that makes perfect sense. But I think one of the most important things about what you said is having a couple of UK moderators put you in a position of, like you said, we're filling the spaces all the way around, right? So one of the
Absolutely.
things that people have been telling me that are in the European primetime hours is that there's not enough for us to do. There's not enough for us to do, which I can
Mhm.
totally relate to because I hang out with them. That's who my people are. I'm a daytime person, right? So I
Right.
know more things are going on at night. So I think everybody's been making an effort, but how wise are you to actually, this is their time. So yeah, that's who should
Yeah.
be running things. And it's so
Absolutely.
scary because you got to have the right kind of moderators, right? You get the wrong kind of
Oh,
moderators,
absolutely.
they can empty out your
Absolutely.
room.
Listen, it's, I mean, finding trust on here it's difficult,
Yeah,
right? And especially when
Mhm.
like, I'm only on here at certain times and it's like, so I actually met Harriet first and we just kind of had a good talk and it was like, hey, let's give it a shot, like let's try it out, and it's like, and that's the thing is like if you don't open up and try to give it a chance, like why not, just let's see what happens. And then now like we have a big UK crowd that comes in, and it's like that would have never happened if I just like kind of stayed closed off to just like my small group of friends or something like that, so
Absolutely.
you gotta
100%.
give a shot, to some people.
Yes, you do. I'm pausing for you to ask
Ooh,
the
Magic
question.
Mike.
I'm
Yeah.
being polite.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I was thinking. So you mentioned different time slots. So that's one very important distinction. Have you thought about different groups language groups and communities now that Horizon Worlds has opened up like 25 different countries? So
Yeah.
what do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's great, right? I think at first for those communities, it might be a little hard to kind of find like where they're gonna go, right? Because there might not be a lot of worlds that are, dedicated towards that,
Mm-hmm.
that group where like even that language, they don't speak English, right? So it's until like they start building communities or building their own
Mhm.
world, or getting into building, for me, like, I don't have any translation things, but I've run into people that don't speak English, and it is like, it's tough with the language barrier, but I think it's a great thing. And I think the more that they come in, people are going to build. It's going to be just like when we started out, right? Like, we all started building. You build your communities, and like that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely true. And like we were talking earlier, I don't know if we talked here or we were talking earlier, but like having this ambassador program, we've instituted this ambassador group, right? Where
Yeah.
we're pulling in bilingual people of all countries. Do we have any ambassadors in here besides you? Is anybody? No, nobody's there.
Hadasso, our Polish
Okay, see him
ambassadors,
up
yeah.
there. He's got his
And
ambassador
Zell,
tag on.
our
And Zell, yeah.
Scandinavian ambassadors.
Yeah, so Zell's got.
that's
I can't
awesome.
see her. So what's been happening with us, which has been, oh my gosh, it's so fun. We'll be here. Somebody will walk in that speaks the language, and
Yeah.
I've literally, and I brought this up because it's exciting to me. I've literally been able to go on Discord, ask for one of these ambassadors, and they appear.
Oh,
I
that's
mean, it's
awesome.
so amazing, right? So it's like, I need a German ambassador right away. Is there anyone that can help me? Not
Super
always,
smart. Yeah.
but it's working, and we're being able to pull these people in to communicate. And that's been like, the UK people are well integrated, and they are, obviously they speak English, so that
Yeah.
made it easier. But it wasn't always so. I mean, we had trouble at first integrating
Yeah.
the UK. They weren't particularly comfortable in all our spaces.
Right.
But now they've got all their own stuff. They're all integrated everywhere else. But with like the German people right now, this is hilarious. They're funny. They're fun loving. They come in here. Some of them understand, English good enough. But they would really love to be part of everything, right? So they
Yeah.
remind me of the UK when they first got here. They're
Yeah.
just really excited and want to get going.
Yeah, which is
so
great.
It is, but a little more challenging because of the language barrier. So
Right.
yeah.
I do think that, like, it's gonna take a little bit of time,
Yep.
but if they just stick to it, and like like I said, they're gonna start off as beginner builders, right? And some of them might be more like artists or scripters, and some people might be really good at that, right? So
Mhm.
we might see a world like a German world that would take off and be on the popular page, and then the German community will kind of flock towards that. If you remember, like, the British
British
pub,
pub.
right? The British pub. It was the same thing with that, right? It was like that was like a great starting spot for
Mhm.
people that were in the UK to go to, and it was like that's where you can find the community at that time, right? Because a lot of the US players, like users, weren't on really around that time. So even if you had a popular world in the US time, it wasn't really popular at the daytime because that's not the time frame where everybody
Right.
was,
True.
right?
And there's so many great UK builders now. My gosh, there's
yeah,
tons
yeah,
of them out
absolutely.
there. They are on it, and they built some amazing worlds. Tom Jupiter is one of my
Oh,
favorites.
Tom
Yeah,
Jupiter.
he's
Yeah.
really great. So
Very
yes,
good.
all of that's good stuff. I'm going to do a trivia question real quick, if you guys don't mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I answer? No.
No, you can't answer. You can't. But this is an easy one, so be ready for it. Okay. If you know Papa Hoppa, you know that he is the creator of a very popular game that many, many, many people have bought and put into their own establishments. So the first person who puts up their hand when I ask the question, little madam, when I ask the question, let's see whose hands go up. What is the official name of Papa Hoppa's game that I'm thinking of? What's the game? Flawless. What's the game I'm thinking of?
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted. Table Cub?
What is it?
Table Cub?
No, that's not it. Who's got? All right, little madam. What's the answer? No, that is not the one I'm thinking of.
Wow.
That is not the one. This is the one that I would say he bust out with first. The one he bust out with first.
I think
All right.
Carly.
All right. Is it Carly? Go ahead, Carly. What is it?
Papa Pong.
That's it, Papa Pong. Yes, Carly. You are the winner of a $25 soap store gift coupon. You probably hate it because she's in the UK, right? Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll figure something out. Anyways, yes, that's it. And do you still hold Pong tournaments? Are you still doing it?
Absolutely, yeah. We do them 2 days a week, and it's actually funny. Little Madam brought up Mulkey. That's like right now like another up and coming hot game.
Yep, it's a hot game right now.
We do tournaments twice a week in that too as well. So
and that's where's Zell? Isn't that a game from like Scandinavia or something? Where'd that Mulkey come from? That's a interesting
Finland
game.
or Sweden.
One of those countries, and it's basically looks like little pieces of wood, and you just throw them and knock them over like bowling, sort of. If
very
bowling
competitive.
was,
Very competitive. It's fun. It's fun. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out for sure.
It is fun. The fun part about it is you don't have to go back and pick up all the pieces of wood.
Yeah, right.
Because in real life, it's like exercise.
Maybe at the end we could Popa Hopa into Popa Hopa's world.
Well, of course, of course, that's what we'll do. Of course. So where are we right now? Do you have other questions for our dear guest here? You got some other things you can ask?
Well, I do. So if you woke up tomorrow and for 24 hours you had unlimited space, unlimited resources in Horizon Worlds, there was no limits to anything, but you only had like 3 days to build it, what would you build?
Oh, good question.
Sky's the limit.
Wow. Yeah. I don't even know. My brain is flooding with ideas right now. There's a lot of things, right? Like, to be honest, I would probably. Now, hold on, wait. Does that last forever or just for 24 hours?
But you need to build it in 3 days, and
Within
then you
3
can't
days.
really do much with it.
To be honest, I would probably expand Bunkies just because right now that's like the biggest community that I have, right? And so it's like, and for me, like I think community is such a big important part of this whole platform. Without the community, none of us would be here, right? Like you said, there's worlds that are beautiful and there's a ton of them, but there aren't people in there. So I think it's like the community. If I had 3 days to build it, I would probably build maybe a tri-mesh version of Bunkies, expand it and do that, because give the people more.
Well, I got a question for the audience, and just honestly, don't hold back. What's missing from Horizon Worlds? What world do you think should be built in here that's not? What do we not have in Horizons? It's hard to think of things that we don't have, right? We have so many things now.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can think of?
Can I answer?
Yeah, you can answer.
Yeah.
I want to see Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
I think that's already been done.
Has it been done? I haven't seen it.
I swear it's already been done.
If somebody can show me that after this, I would love that, because I play that all the time on my phone. I used to play that on
Yahtzee's a fun game.
Like
you're right. I went into is it Family Feud that Puddin built? That was, oh my gosh, that's so good. That one, and Jeopardy, but he calls it Geopardy.
Geopardy, yeah.
So fun. And I guess that world communities can submit their own categories to be added to that board.
Oh, that's
so there's
awesome.
a Soapstone category, which is pretty cool. So
That's
I think
really
so.
cool.
Keep that in mind. If you've got a big community, you can do that and submit your own Jeopardy category.
Jim Puddin?
Jeb Puddin, yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, so those kind of game shows are fun. It's like you're on television, audience participation kind of thing. It's pretty neat. But what about you guys? Is there anything we're missing? Anything you'd like to see? It doesn't have to be a world, an event, anything.
Wheel of Fortune.
We got Wheel of Fortune. We got that one.
Oh yeah, we do.
We do. What else?
I want to see more money.
Money.
Yeah.
Flawless just wants a
money.
room where you
That's
just
your
go in
line.
and just
Me
pick
too.
up some money. Sure.
That's
Go
your
ahead,
line.
little madam. There was a lady named Flutter in
was.
here that was doing that
Yes.
for a while.
And I know our
remember
very
that.
own Dawn 333 has sort of relaxation meditation world. I'm not sure
Okay.
if she's still doing it, but she used to. Dawn 333. She used to
Yeah,
do
those are so good for your soul, aren't they? Those are so nice. I agree with you. Those are great. Anybody else got a world they think or an event or something that needs to happen that we're not doing?
I kind of would like to see one
What?
based off an old game show called Press Your Luck.
Yeah.
You know, the show where somebody
Yes.
get up there, you say, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
No whammy, no whammy. Big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. There's so many good
It was
game
so
shows
much,
out
so
there.
much fun
Uh-huh.
on there.
And people
That could
love
definitely
those.
be done.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
good.
Bart, will you start making it tonight?
Get busy,
I'm the
Bart.
concept artist. I'm not a builder. Sorry.
Well, let me
I'm the
turn
useless
it
one
over.
that thinks of stuff and then other people do it.
Ah! So let me turn it over to you guys. And if you have any questions, comments, or anything you want to say to Papa Hoppa, or questions you have, or for anybody, just come over here on the right and just hop right
Just
up on the
hop
stage.
out here and ask Papa a question. Come on.
Yeah, come on up,
Flawless.
Flawless.
That's Papa a question.
It's not really a question. I was just going to say that Morgan has got a world that I help with, and it's a Crazy Comedy Club.
Nice.
Everyone should check that out. It's really awesome. Morgan is just a fantastic human being.
Wonderful. Good job. All right. Thanks, Flawless.
I'm not
Good
giving you a
shout out
raise,
for
Flawless.
Morgan. All
Okay,
right.
how much did you pay?
Come on up, little madam.
Not a meta bucks, right? Oh yeah.
Okay.
A friend.
Oh.
Good one.
Deep.
Good luck. Oh, yeah. He cried out. He cried out.
You've reached the voicemail box.
All of
I-
them.
No, because I like all my moderators the same.
Stir.
Wait, which one of you
little man.
guys brought her to? I mean,
Well, now that you brought that up, let's talk
Yeah.
about what makes a good moderator. Okay. So if I'm a world creator, what is my goal? My goal is to make everybody want to be here, right? My goal is to make everybody feel welcome. My goal is to not chase people out the door, right? That's the last thing you want to do, right? So, and when we go visit places and we walk in the door, just think of the way we want to be treated. So if somebody walks up to me right out the gate and gives me that "you look suspicious" look for whatever reason, whatever they say that says to me you're suspicious, do I want to stay there? No, I don't. So I always tell everybody, think of yourself as ambassadors, as community leaders. Yeah, you got to moderate, but that should be in your back pocket. Welcoming, making people feel happy to be there. Being the hostess or host is really much more what they should be doing.
Yeah,
Do you agree
also,
with me?
Lolly says,
Absolutely.
Lolly always says to new moderators, and don't talk too much. That's my department, right?
That's
Well,
right.
I think hold on, for a good moderator, I think you got to talk a lot, right? No, I really got to shout out my moderators because they hold it down. They really do such a good job, and it's not an easy task, right?
No.
I get asked to, hey, can I be a moderator? But my first question is always, why? Why do you want to be a moderator? And is it because you want the tool, you want to have that power, or are you actually trying to help out our community, right? Because our moderators, they greet everybody as they come in through the door. It's not like a, hey, who are you type of thing. It's
Right.
It's so hey, welcome in. And then, we all, and, even trolls, I've had, not the nasty trolls, but some trolls will come in, and just because the way that I've greeted them as they come in through the door, they're like, oh, actually, you're treating me like a person. I'm not
Exactly.
so they don't come in and they'll, focus on the trolling. So, I mean, and I really have I've always been like that at Bunkies. And then, so all the moderators that we have right now, like I said, shout out to them because they
Yeah.
do a great
Well, let's
job,
be honest.
So
The
which one's your
moderator.
favorite again?
What'd you say?
But in all seriousness, they can make or break your world. Moderators
Absolutely.
can kill it. They can kill it.
Harry
I didn't
quits, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. There's no timeline. So to be announced. Right now I have my hands. So I started doing this full time in July. And so I have my hands in a lot of projects, but that is definitely one of
All
them.
right. That's fabulous.
Yeah. So, yep.
Fantastic. Thanks, little madam. Who we got next? Morgan.
Well, I like to give a shout out to my HR manager over here. I'm still not giving you a raise.
Oh, come on.
And I also like to have lots of appreciation for everybody on my team because they are finally getting the gear, treating people with respect, respecting each other, respecting me. Yeah, it was a bit crazy in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, it's
But-
a crazy comedy club, Morgan.
There's that.
Yeah, some people take it literal.
Literally.
Well, Morgan,
Yes.
I just want to like throw this out there. If you ever want to do like a door exchange, like I get a good amount of traffic. So if you ever want your like door to be up in Bunkies, for sure.
Yeah,
like, I don't mind.
we got a Discord, but I
Sure.
don't know if you want to join my Discord,
Sure,
Crazy
yeah.
Comedy Club.
Okay.
All right. Well,
yeah,
thanks,
we have a
Morgan.
door-
Thanks, Morgan.
We have a door suggestion, but I still want to get over and check your world out at some point. I've just been really busy with this one and my new club, Comedy Club 18, which is for everybody. A little misleading on the name part.
Yeah, that is a little misleading there, my friend. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Hi.
Thank you.
Next.
Thank you. Glad you're doing so well. Come on up, Thrill Girl.
Okay, so you're so successful and everything. When are we gonna see Bunky's Junior?
Oh, good question. So,
Got
Binkies. I've thought a lot about that, and I did make one called Binkies. What
It's a lot
happened-
better than what I thought of. I thought of junkies. I'm like, no.
Binkies. Yeah, no. So that world right now, I kind of just, to be honest, I didn't put too much time and effort into it, right? Like I kind of just threw it together. But I think it's important for a place for kids to go. These days, I've been focusing more on like making game worlds, so which is everybody friendly, right?
Right,
Right. But the Bunkies, I do want to update Binkies, right? And it's actually funny that you bring that up because Binkies and Bunkies, the names are actually kind of related to each other because Bunky was my wife's grandfather's name, and so that was like who I named that bar after. But his nickname was also Binky, so
cute.
Oh, that's cute.
kind of going off of both. So like that is something that I do plan on doing. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let me know,
Yeah.
and maybe we can work something out. We can work together on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Thanks,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Very good. So, are you heading up there to MetaConnect?
I am. Yes.
You are. Right. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
congrats. That sounds
Thanks.
fantastic.
I'm excited for it. Very
I'll
excited.
bet you
Nice.
are. You have to
Yeah.
come back and tell us all the amazing stuff that goes on up there. Because
Yeah. Absolutely.
any tidbits that are coming, like are they going to unveil some new product that we're all going to find out about?
Not sure.
You're not sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I've signed the NDA and I'm not going to talk
I know,
about it on
he
stage. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it'll be fun to hear what everybody says when they get back.
Yeah.
Because we all see all the postings going up of those who will be there in person, and that's
Okay,
kinda-
by the way, those are not official meta posting. This is
I know I
people
have
just
one.
choosing to do that. You have one, exactly. Everybody gets one. Yeah.
Everybody gets
So,
one. No, I know. I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, super cool. Does anyone else have any questions or comments that they want to raise? It doesn't have to be about anything in particular. We're just here to talk. Come on back, little madam. Come on. She's got her. There's. I don't know. Is it? Look. Is it?
Nice. Yeah.
I went into the first, like he said, when you could see your avatars. My avatar has changed in the not Horizon worlds. So when I'm in that little, place before you get to Horizons, I can see my avatar. When I come into Horizons, I can't see my avatar. So I don't know what that means. Some people say
That means you're getting fired.
some don't. Oh my God. Some people say it's because I was early access and now I'm not. That's why I'm sort of stuck in limbo. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But
Now
I
you're
can.
LA, right? Late
What?
access.
I'm late access. Does that's the name of my name. That is my name, late access, right there. Go ahead, Flawless.
I was just wondering, how long did it take to like really get a lot of traffic to go to your world?
Good question. So early on, like 3 years ago, there wasn't like the same algorithms that there are now, right? So it's always constantly changing. For Bunkies, it was within the first month or so. But back then there was, I would say, probably less than 200 worlds, like total. So there wasn't that many places, right? So the communities were much smaller back then. So nowadays it's a lot more difficult because there's hundreds of thousands of worlds out there, right? Like I've built so many worlds that are just in limbo too, so it does take some grinding, right? Like, and it, like I was saying earlier, like you got to just spend time in there and spend time. Some nights I'm in there by myself, just me and my DJ bot listening to music, and I'll sit there and just play my own games for a while, and then eventually people will start coming in. Some people use the traffic as like go to Horizon Central and maybe meet new people, bring them back. It's also a good way to do it too, for sure.
Okay.
So, but
Thank you.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah,
They go to Central. I know Dale's really famous for doing that. Dale 3.
yeah.
He's in Central all the time collecting kids. What is
now
happening? Is it
now
snowing
he's in.
at that age?
It's not
Crazy.
It's snowing eggs.
I want to
It's
say
snowing eggs.
I want to say shout out to Dale, by the way. Critigators just got into Horizon Central. as
Yes,
a
it did.
Nice.
I heard. Good for him.
Yeah.
And that's not for nothing. That man works. I mean, he might be
Well, him,
a,
JB, and Blender, by the way, the three of them, they all did that. It was the amazing team.
It is an amazing team, but speaking about Dale in particular, he comes off like this Jeff Spicoli kind of character from
That
Fast
70s
Times at
show.
Ridgemont High,
That
right?
70s basement.
Yeah, it's like, hey. But in reality, this man works constantly at building
Hard.
and studying it and talking and making friends. I mean, you walk in his world, I don't care who you are, he's like, hey, welcome in. I mean, he's very community minded. I like him a lot. Yeah.
Me and Dale have long conversation. Yesterday I got on and we probably talked for 2 hours, just ideas and things and going back and forth on how things work. And
That's what it takes.
He's definitely driven for sure.
He absolutely is. Any more questions from you, sir?
Yeah.
Oh,
How do you like TypeScript 2.0?
To be honest, I haven't tapped into it yet because I'm scripting isn't my strong suit, right? But I do have friends that are way more advanced in that. I do think that it's great because the things that you can do from that compared to code blocks is different. So, but yeah, I don't really have too much input on that.
Well, that's the other thing, though. I mean, I know all the new technology is very important, and I know it's going to give us new things, and it's all great. But I still don't think we should discount what's already here and what's still being done here with the basic build tools, because people are still building amazing worlds. And if you talk to the end user, we might walk in, and I'm one of those people, we might walk in and be really super impressed with a tri-mesh world, but we will do the same thing with a primitive, because to us, sometimes we really don't see a difference. You know what I mean? We just walk in and we say, this is amazing. No, but really, as far as like, you don't say it's better because it's
it's not better, but you can notice. Like, I maybe I'm too jaded for this
because you get these big eggs that way. I mean,
no,
really...
you can notice what is tri-mesh and what you cannot just by looking at it.
No, you can.
There's maybe like 5 builders who can create a primitive world that looks like like a tri-mesh. It's just a different technology, isn't it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I said it wrong. It's not like you can't tell the difference, but let's just say you don't necessarily go, oh well, that's the mesh and it's way better. There are some like that. Like, let's give it up for Rexrod. I mean, that man, holy crap, right? I mean, you walk in his world and you just know it's going to be amazing. But then there are some mesh worlds that the people are just learning, and it's not that impressive. There are primitives that look much better. So I think it's just, build what you're comfortable building and worry more about your community.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's more important than the building tools, I think.
Yeah, and your mesh world is only going to be as good as your Blender skills anyway. So
Right.
If you suck at that, then...
And not everybody likes to work on a PC. Some people prefer it, but others like, nah, I really like jumping in here. I like doing it. What is your preferred method?
Building in primitive for sure. Like for me, that's like, I mean, I could get into build mode and spend 8 hours realize that 8 hours is by. I spend 5 minutes in Blender and I want to close my laptop. So, but for me, like building in Horizon, I think it's different because you're building with your hands, and like you're actually like physically putting these things together. And that's why I don't think primitives are ever going to like really, I've talked to a lot of people that think it's just going to go away. I really don't think so, because the amount of art that is also created with primitive, like things that, sure, it can be recreated on the computer and brought in like that, but to know that somebody like did that with 1,000 shapes, is really impressive.
It is. It totally is.
You have to be more of an artist to work with primitives, and you have to have very good spatial imagination. Whereas with Blender, you can get away with knowing a bit less because it's not that complicated. There's so many good builders that can use primitives to make so many great things, and I'm like, how did you do that? Like, let's shout out one of our leads, Nanook one.
Yeah,
he can make art pieces. So he's not really well known for worlds, but if you see one of his art pieces, and especially light reflections and stuff and shadows, oh my god, craziness! I wouldn't even know how to approach that.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people are good with the shadows. Jim Puddin is very good with shadows.
Yeah.
I love the way he does that.
I think our shadows might be by Jim Puddin.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially that sun. If you haven't seen the sunset and the sun shimmering over on the water, go up the mountain one day and look at it. It's just stunning.
It is. It's beautiful. That chill zone's a fun place to be. You can hear all the sound effects and just chill. I like that chill. It's like, I stand up there some days looking at all the kids going, getting myself calmed down. Oh my gosh, yeah. I know. Thrill Girl. You've been there with me.
I have to say to Lolly, don't jump. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, I think it would be fun to hop over to Bunky's. You feel like hosting for a few? What do you guys think? We want to go hop over to Bunky's and check out the games and stuff?
Sure.
I think it'd be fun. But before we go, is there anybody who has any other final questions or comments that they want to make? I want to make sure you get to ask him whatever you like. I know if you come on up, Jay.
Hi. So I'm quite new to the whole VR scene and all this stuff, but I've really been enjoying creating assets and attempting worlds in primitive for the last few days. I was just curious if there's any resources out there to learn some of the tips and tricks that you could suggest.
So there's definitely there's some YouTube videos for sure. I know that there's creators out there. You can just search Horizon Worlds building. I know some people do like tutorials on the tooling, right? Because there's a lot that we're capable of doing with our hands, not only just like duplicating or the snap tool, but you have the array tool and things like that can make building easier, faster, and I'd recommend to probably check out some YouTube, or even just finding people to jump into build mode with. That's how I learned. When I first started, there was no YouTube YouTube clips at all. I think video was just starting to make a few video clips at the time, but now, I mean, there's a lot more resources now. You can also go on Discord, the Meta Horizon Discord. They even have a collaborations thing. You can even reach out in there and just, see if anybody wants to jump into build mode with you. And that's how I learn the best, is hands-on. So it's if somebody can take a shape and be physically show me and just say, hey, do this. Oh, okay. And then I do it too. So that would be nice.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
Talking about Discord, if you haven't joined our Soapstone Discord, where we have a lot of great builders and scripters, you can join it as well. Which is, what is it, Lolly?
It is discord.gg/soapstone. And
there you go. She does it better than me.
Before we go hopping off to Papa Hoppa's World, I wanted to make sure that everybody in this room was aware. On Mondays, we have a $1,000 audition tryout for comedians, and on Fridays we have a $1,000 audition tryout for vocal artists. So if you know anybody that fits those two and would like a chance at $1,000, let them know. Two attempts on Mondays.
Little madam.
Twice on Mondays and twice on Fridays, just comedy or vocals. And I'll tell you what, let's be honest, the competition can be fierce at times. Other times, not a lot of competition that day. So I would come if you think you got anything and try it out. What do you got to lose? You might win $1,000. Well, I don't say win. You might earn
You
that
might get a
$1,000.
$1,000 gig, Lolly.
A $1,000 gig. Basically, what the gig is, I'm just going to tell them because people get scared. Like, what do you mean? I got to work for this $1,000? They're going to make a video out of your performance, and you just have to agree to let them use the video, which means probably popped up here. I don't know, maybe Super Bowl Sunday. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to, I don't know. But they will, in exchange, they'll pay you $1,000 for that. So we had 2 so far. Our first comedy was Slickston. He did a great job.
Yes.
And our very first vocal was James Asaurus, who wrote a song for the Soapstone dressed up like a dinosaur. It was hilarious. You can see it on YouTube. But anyway, those are our first 2, and they just rotate through. So we just started all over again. It's going to keep going. And every so many weeks, we're going to be giving away this $1,000. So hope you guys let your friends know, or unless you yourself want to be there. It'd be fun. So are we ready, my friend?
Yeah,
Are we ready, everybody? Let's go over to Bunky's and
hoppa.
see what's up over there. Let's go. Should we do it right? Let's do it out in the courtyard.
Okay.
Let's do it out there. Oh.
Very smooth. Thank you, guys. Hey, Ricky D, how are you?
What the heck? I'm going all over the place.
No slip.
You guys got to kind of get close together. It won't work. Plus, it won't work for my picture either.
Too late, Lolly. Picture? I don't even know her.
Picture. All right, that's good, you guys. That's good. I was just gonna sneak one in. So okay, let's go. Let's go. I didn't mean for you to close your portal.
No, that's okay.
Let's head over. Hi, Shirok. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right.
You sound like you're sick. Are you sick?
I'm.
Yay, let's pop a hop, everybody.
In other words, you just took a hit and it just choked you, right? Okay, gotcha.
No, I'm just saying. Like you said, keep it a class rule.